Welcome back to biology class. We will continue with the chapter circulatory system. In the previous class, we discussed about the importance of circulatory system, blood and its components, plasma and three type of blood cells, red blood cells, white blood cells and platelets. Today we will start with our next topic. You must have noticed when a person is not able to eat properly, doctors put him or her on a drip. Doctors make a channel on his hand through which glucose is injected into the body. So, why is glucose injected like this in the body? In a normal healthy person who can consume food through mouth, food gets absorbed in small intestine. The various nutrients in food like protein, carbohydrates, etc. get absorbed in the blood and are transported to different parts of the body. Here, blood acts as a fluid medium which transports food, water, etc. to different parts of the body. And do you know, students, how this blood flows in our body? Look at this picture. You can notice there are some pipe-like structures in our body which are known as blood vessels through which blood gets transported from one part of the body to the other. And these vessels form a network in our body. That is why glucose is injected into these pipe-like structures called blood vessels so that with the help of blood it can reach different parts of the body. So now we are going to discuss about blood vessels. So what are these blood vessels? Blood vessels are a network of tubes that carry blood throughout the entire body. There are three types of blood vessels: arteries, veins, and capillaries. So let's study about the arteries first. Arteries are the blood vessels that carry blood away from the heart. They carry oxygenated blood from heart to different parts of the body except pulmonary artery. And this pulmonary artery is an exception because it carries deoxygenated blood from the heart to the lungs. When the blood is pumped from the heart, it is under high pressure. And to withstand that high pressure, the arteries have thick, elastic, and muscular walls. They lie deep under the skin and hence cannot be seen easily. Aorta is the largest artery in the body. The aorta branches off into two main coronary blood vessels called arteries, and these coronary arteries branch off into smaller arteries which supply oxygen rich blood to the entire heart muscle. So now we discuss about veins. They carry blood back to the heart from the organs. They carry deoxygenated blood containing carbon dioxide from the organs back to the heart except pulmonary vein. And this pulmonary vein carries oxygenated blood from the lungs to the heart. The blood in veins flows smoothly with low pressure because by the time the blood reaches the veins, the pressure from the heart becomes lesser. And that is why these veins contain valves also, which prevent the blood from flowing backwards. The veins have thin, less elastic, and muscular walls. They lie superficially under the skin and appear as greenish blue lines just below the skin of our hands and legs. Third type of blood vessels are capillaries. Capillaries are the blood vessels which are connected to the veins and the arteries. They are extremely thin and help in exchange of materials between blood and the body cells. They are present in all the tissues of the body but found more in metabolically active parts of the body like the brain and the lungs. So now let's see what are the differences between artery and vein. So now let's discuss the differences between arteries and veins. Arteries carry blood from the heart to different parts of the body, whereas veins carry blood from different parts of the body and bring it back to the heart. Arteries are thick-walled, strong and elastic, whereas veins are thin-walled and non-elastic. Arteries do not contain any walls, whereas veins contain walls. All arteries except pulmonary artery carry oxygenated blood. All veins except pulmonary vein carry deoxygenated blood. The blood flows with high pressure in arteries, whereas in veins the blood flows with low pressure. Arteries have a narrow lumen, whereas veins have a wider lumen. The lumen is inside space of tubular structure such as artery and vein. Blood pressure. When the blood flows in the arteries, it exerts a pressure on the walls. This is called blood pressure. The blood pressure of a healthy person is 120 by 80. If the pressure is higher than 140 by 90 mm of Hg, then it is called high blood pressure or hypertension. And if the pressure is lower than normal, then it is called low blood pressure or hypotension. The instrument used to measure blood pressure is known as sphygmomanometer. So in today's class, children, we have discussed about the three types of the blood vessels: arteries, veins and capillaries, and the differences between them and the blood pressure. We will continue in the next class. Thank you and take care of yourself.